Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you've been having a great week. So you've seen the title of today's video, and the truth is, before making this video, I did struggle a little bit with myself and had a little bit of debate in terms of how I was going to approach today's video, because it's a sensitive subject and I didn't just want to jump on the bandwagon of everybody doing videos saying, oh, why people are leaving Canada, or the struggles of a new immigrant in Canada, or what you should know before coming to Canada. Sort of painting this negative in quote light about Canada, or trying to make it look like somebody is hiding something from new immigrants before they come to Canada, and they come to Canada and they find out these things, and it becomes like, oh, my struggles in Canada. I've seen quite a bit of those videos, and they're basically all saying the same things. And anytime I'm watching this video, I have the same reaction, which is the reaction I'm going to talk about in today's video. I'm not saying that what those people are saying in all their videos are not correct. Oh, they are absolutely correct. But yet at the same time, I want to talk about the spirit behind the video, or the rationale or the objective of making that video, and also to address those who are going to be new immigrants to Canada soon, so that they have a well-rounded understanding of what to expect when they come to Canada. Now, some of these videos will say people are leaving Canada. People are leaving Canada. I always wonder, who are the people that are leaving in Canada? Yeah, people can leave for all sorts of reasons. Like, you left your country to come here. People leave even the US. The US, that is like the greatest nation on earth. People migrate from there, and sometimes it's even citizens. So people have different reasons for leaving a country. Yeah, so just because statistics shows that people are leaving Canada, it doesn't mean that they are leaving because of all those reasons that you've listed. And then many of these people who make these videos are in Canada themselves. They're in Canada. They came to Canada themselves, and they are from here telling people that, oh, struggles of a new immigrant, why people are leaving Canada, but they are still here. I know that just because they are here doesn't mean that they don't have a right to make those videos. Of course they do. They are content creators and they want to educate people. It's fine. But what I'm trying to say is that those people are in Canada, and if you're in Canada telling people not to come to Canada or to mind certain things for coming, it gives a negative connotation, like you're trying to prevent them from coming, even though that's not what you're doing. So in today's video, I'm going to address some of those issues that they say is making people to leave Canada, and also educate new immigrants as well, or new to be immigrants, on some things that they need to know before coming to Canada. The first thing I want to address is that anybody that left their country for Canada or any other country left because of a reason, right? If your country was that great, yeah, you wouldn't have been living, or you left for something. It might be anything, a job, you just wanted a better life, whatever. You left for a reason, and you thought Canada was going to give you that thing that you needed. That's why you left. And I want to believe that any educated person who is enlightened, before leaving your country and immigrating, you would have read up some things about the country you're going to. You would have asked questions. If you do a deep dive into how life is in Canada, you will find out most of these things that it's being said on these videos. You would have an idea of what you're coming to expect. If it's jobs or the housing issues or whatever, you would already have an idea. So you're not just coming here and just finding out some of these things. Yes, there are nuances. There are things that you will only find out when you're here, because nobody might be able to explain those things to you. But for the most part, I believe that any new immigrant coming to Canada or any other country should have done your research. If you haven't done your research, you haven't asked questions, then that is on you. You should be asking questions. You should be doing your research before you actually come here, so that you know what to expect. Even the Bible says that who is going to build a house without knowing the cost? Like, who is going to go on a project without having analyzed or done the research, or know what you're going to do, or have an idea of what you're going to expect? So I expect that if you're trying to come to Canada, you should do a research. If you're trying to go to any country, you should do a deep dive into how is life in that place, because no place is heaven. Canada is not heaven. No, there's no country that is picture perfect. Even the United States is not. No country, even the best countries in the world, they have the good and the bad side. So you should know the good and the bad side of the Canada that you're coming to. Now, some of the issues that people have talked about are, number one, talk about bills. That the bills are a lot here. The bills are a lot anywhere. The bills are a lot here because, well, there are things that you need to pay, or you have to pay because you can't do without it. And I admit that sometimes the bills in Canada can be higher than the bills from where you're coming from. For example, the phone bills or internet bills or whatever might be higher, but bills are bills. You were paying bills before you came here. So that you expect that there will be bills here, right? So manage your expectation in terms of knowing that, okay, since you're going to a new country, you're paying in Canadian dollars, the bills might be higher. Yeah. So expect, if you're a new immigrant, expect that you will pay bills, phone bills, light bill, water bill, utilities, and all of that. You're going to pay it. So I don't want to see any other person crying that bills are a lot in Canada. Second one they talked about is taxes. Oh, they want to kill us with the taxes. Taxes are like 25%, 35%, and all that. The taxes are high. But if you have worked in certain countries, the country where I'm from, Nigeria, in certain companies in Nigeria, taxes are that high as well. Yeah, there are some companies who work in taxes are that high. But you know what annoys me about paying those taxes in Nigeria is that you don't know what the taxes are being used for. Here, at least you can see what the taxes are being used for, the healthcare, the roads, all of the things that you enjoy in Canada. It's coming from the taxes. It's not like the government is going to get money from anywhere else. It's from people's taxes. So taxes are here. Yeah, so know that before you come, you pay taxes, and your tax bracket differs based on your age and all of that, how much you earn. And the higher you earn, the more taxes you pay. But the truth is there are ways to reduce your taxes in Canada. If you're a business owner, there's a way to reduce your taxes. There are certain things that you can do to reduce your taxes. There are certain investments you can make that are tax-free, which can compensate you for the taxes that you are paying. You need to know all of this. Some people who come don't learn how money works. They just hear that taxes are a lot and they get sad. Taxes, it is what it is. Yeah, the taxes will be like that. If you don't want to pay those taxes, don't come, because the taxes are going to be there. The bills are there. So you know now, right? So if you don't want to pay the taxes, don't come. Number 3 thing I heard them always talk about is healthcare. That healthcare is free. And I see them make that connotation that it's free. But it's not entirely free. It is being paid for with taxpayers' money. Yeah. And there are not enough doctors in Canada. I admit it takes a while to find a family doctor. Yeah, I looked for a family doctor for like a year, and I was so glad that my kids were not ill during that time. Yeah, so it is what it is. You are going to take a while to get a family doctor, and it's a peculiar problem in Canada that I hope the government is somehow trying to resolve. Like medical professionals, like doctors and nurses, cannot practice if you didn't get your license in Canada, or if you didn't update your license in Canada, you can't practice. So there's a shortage of doctors. Sometimes you can go to an emergency and stay for hours. Like, if it hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't have known. I have been in an emergency, and I was there for hours. I was like, am I in an emergency? That part is not good. And it's good that people are talking about it. So when you're coming, and you're coming at first, maybe you come with some meds, especially if you need to take meds and paracetamol and all of that. And there are walk-in clinics. You don't have to have a family doctor for you to see a doctor. You can go to walk-in clinics. I was using a walk-in clinic for years before I got a doctor. So there are walk-in clinics. Find the way that they would attend to you is probably faster than you are used to. They will not usually recommend or prescribe drugs as often as you want. But that is how it is. Yeah. Know that and know peace. Know that and no peace. Number 4 that they talk about is the weather. Canada is cold though. In the winter it's cold though. Can you come wear your jacket? It is cold. It was cold before you came. And I'm sure that when you were planning to come to Canada, you heard that it's cold. In fact, they even told you that it was cold. You were like, cold, they keep person. Don't be person, they live there. I will survive. I will kinikon. You knew, but you didn't know the extent of the cold until you got here and the cold hit you. It was when the cold hit you that you realized that, man, this thing is colder than I thought. But it is cold. But there are people living here from all sorts of ages, from babies to old elderly people. So know that Canada is cold. Don't come here and be saying, I didn't know it was cold. You know now. You know now. It is cold. Yeah, it's not, except for climate change, it's not like it's getting any warmer. It is cold. Another one they talk about is the cost of living / cost of groceries / no houses. Yeah. Yes, cost of living has been going up in Canada in the last few years, and it's going up everywhere in the world. It's not peculiar to Canada. It's maybe because you thought that when you come here things will be easy. No, cost of living is going up. It's going up everywhere, and cost of inflation and all of that, it's going up. So it's not something that's peculiar that they didn't tell me in Canada. It's cost of living not going up in your country that you came from. Yeah, is the prices of things not going up in the country that you came from? It's going up everywhere. So it's not like someone duped you in or scammed you into coming to Canada and you came to find out that cost of living is going up only in Canada. Every other place in the world is stable. No. Cost of housing is going up. And there's a logical explanation for that, and it's that a lot of immigrants are coming to Canada, and the more you bring people into a space, and the houses are not housing numbers are not growing as often or as fast as the number of people are coming. There would be a time when the people that are coming might not find where to live. I'm not sure it has gotten to that part where people can't find where to live. It's just that the prices are higher than we were before. And of course, as people come into the place and the place is getting developed, housing prices are increasing. What you would have used to buy a house maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, you're probably going to pay like 3 times if you're buying a house, and for rent, maybe double that, or maybe 1.5 times that. Like I've been saying since I started this video, it is what it is. So know that housing prices are going high. Know that when you're paying rent in Canada, it might be your more month rent in Canada might be like what you're paying for 6 months or maybe 1 year back home. That is how it is. But when you start earning in Canadian dollars, it won't be as bad because you're not converting monies from your home currency to Canadian dollars, and that will be fine. But housing prices are on the rise because of the prime rate on the rise, and all of it's just like a pack of cards that started from the top and is tumbling down. But I believe that it will stabilize pretty soon because the government is aware of these things. I believe they are doing something about it. Another very important one that I see in most of these videos is that there are no jobs. So no jobs that you hear. I thought they say there are jobs in Canada. I've come here, I've not gotten any jobs. That one is a long story. It's a really, really long story. There are jobs in Canada, but maybe they are not the jobs that you were thinking about, and maybe you don't have the skills. And then, of course, when you go and look for a job, you hear about the Canada experience, or the Canadian experience. And I admit that this Canadian experience thing stops a lot of people in their tracks. They don't know how to move forward because they're just coming to the country. They don't have Canadian work experience. But ask yourself, what about all the other people who came to Canada with no work experience, no Canadian work experience, and they are working at good jobs? See, there's a way to get a job in Canada, yeah? And there's a way to struggle. There's also the issue of maybe being able to build a business for yourself, yeah? I posted a video recently about 12 skills or 12 business ideas that you can start in Canada with less than $1,000 and make a lot of money. Yes, but some people who are just landing don't want to hear that one for now. They just want to get a job. Now, it is good for you to get a job to start, because really you might have to start lower than where you came from. So if you are a general manager in Nigeria heading a branch somewhere, you won't come here and be heading a branch. You need to prove yourself. So usually you would start lower than you were back home, and then you build up. Yeah. So let them see your experience, see your work ethic, and then you grow from there. That is a hard thing for some people to swallow, but that's the reality. Yeah, it's a new country. You don't have the Canadian work experience, so you need to build it. Sometimes you may have to do what is called survival jobs. Yeah, so when you do those survival jobs, you get the skills. Now, it's the skills that you would use to sell yourself. It's not the job. So when you get a job like what? Yeah, maybe working customer service in a store. It's the customer service job, your ability to manage projects, manage people. That is what you're going to use to sell yourself to that HR job or project management job. So it's a process. Well, a lot of people are going to come. You also want to come from general manager in Nigeria or Ghana and land general manager in Canada. It doesn't work like that too. It doesn't work like that. And there are lots of videos on that. So if you say you didn't know about that one before you came, it's not true. You're not telling the entire truth. Yeah. So there are jobs, but you need to actually gain the skills for those things. You need to optimize your LinkedIn profile. You need to prepare yourself to be attractive to an employer, and there's lots of things to talk about in that one, but that's not what this video is for. But the thing is, it's not a scam. Nobody scammed you and told you that there are jobs, but then you came, then there are no jobs. There are jobs, but you need to qualify for them and you need to grow into them. Another one they talk about is loneliness, and this one I tire, because really you're coming from a country to another country. Why won't you be lonely? You don't know anybody here. You're trying to understand how the system works. You're trying to build relationships. You're trying to build networks, and before you can build all of that, you will be lonely, especially if you came alone. But if you came with your family, loneliness will not be that bad. Yeah, I don't think so, because you have a family. But then I know people who even have families get lonely because they don't have that nightlife. They don't have the ability to do all the things that they used to do back home. Maybe go to the club and all of that. But I'm telling you, as you stay here and understand the place, the loneliness goes. The loneliness reduces. Yeah, you see a lot of people here that are alone, and they're not lonely. Maybe because that's their culture, that's the way they grew up, so they don't expect, people to be there around them all the time. So if you need people in your life for you to feel alive, then go make friends. make friends in church, make friends at work, visit people. The only thing is that in the winter, people stay home because it's cold outside. Though it's cold, nobody wants to go there inside the cold. Yeah, so that's how people stay back home. Yeah, and that period can be a little bit depressing. It's the truth. So come prepared. Yeah, and then stop listening to negative people. Now there's lots of people saying negative things. Look, in Canada you hear two sides of the stories. You hear those people who have come to Canada and are doing well, and they will tell you that good side. Then you hear those people who have come to Canada and not doing so well, and you hear that bad side. So usually that bad side, you know how it is now. Yes, their voice is very, very loud because bad news is usually the thing that has traction, and people like to hear negative news as against positive news. So there are lots of people that are doing well in Canada. They are earning lots of money. They are buying houses. They are doing well. They are not missing home. They are not complaining about how Canada scammed me or struggles of a new immigrant in Canada. Now, I'm not belittling those who are going through challenges, because yes, you will go through challenges when you come to Canada. I went through my challenges, and I went through some of these challenges, and even others that nobody's even talking about. But those are normal challenges of settling in any new country. And it's not your home. Those are the normal challenges of Japan or of migrating to a new country. So you have to basically manage your expectations. If you're thinking about coming to Canada, you're going to be a new immigrant, do your research. Find out where are the places that have the jobs that you are looking for. So if you're a health worker, where in Canada are you going to find that there's an abundance of health worker jobs? Where do you have family or friends that it might be easier for you to settle down? What are some of the ways that you can come with medicine or build yourself up to face some of these challenges that you're going to face? Because really, I'm not here to tell you that the challenges are not there. They are there. You will face those challenges, and these are normal challenges. It doesn't mean that because of all these things people are leaving Canada. Who would leave Canada just because of these things? I don't think people are leaving Canada for these things. People are leaving Canada for lots of reasons, just the way people are leaving any country, just the way you left your country to come to Canada in search of greener pastures. Greener pastures are here. Search for them. Don't forget that Canada is on Earth too. It's still on planet Earth. It's not on another planet. It's not on planet Canada. And it's not in heaven. So it's a normal place on Earth where there are normal people. But we come here because we expect that they have a system that's working better than where we came from. And we're hoping to be able to raise our children in an environment that is saner and all of those things. So you have to sort of like take responsibility for yourself being able to settle down and do well, because at the end of the day, it's not the government's responsibility, it's not my responsibility, it's not any other person's responsibility. It is yours. It's your responsibility to manage your expectations. It's your responsibility to expect to see good. Have a positive mindset. Believe that 1,000 may fall by your side, 10,000 by your right hand. When come near you, believe that it will be good for you, that your story will be different. And there are lots of people who have gone through all of this, like gyrations after coming here, and then when they were able to settle down, things start looking good. They actually are like, wow, this is a great country. I didn't know it was this great. So that is the kind of mindset I want you to have. Okay, yes, people are living, they're living for their own reasons. Some people don't even have that mindset or power, strength to settle down, to go through the rigors. And I understand that some health workers come here and they're not able to practice, and then it's frustrating. Yes, you can't even practice law if you're a lawyer and all of that, but that is how it was since time immemorial. And except Canada changes the rules, that's how it is. So look for a way around it. And if these are challenges that you cannot surmount, then don't come. Really. Don't come to a place where you can't, there are challenges that you can't surmount. Then you now use your own two left legs and came here, and then you are now complaining. Don't come. Maybe there are other countries that will do you well. Maybe trying to upgrade yourself in your own country will be better for you. You have options. It's not as if Canada is the only country in the world or the only place where you can go. You have other options. So why not consider those other options rather than coming to a place where you're sad? I'm not sad being here. It doesn't mean that I'm not challenged, that I don't have challenges. Every lot of people that I meet, they're not sad. They're happy. They're not saying Canada is scamming them. They're not listening to all these sub stories. Yes, there are sub stories, and sometimes you have the sub stories for a bit, and then you surmount it. That's what strength of character is for. And then if you know God, hold him, because really sometimes it is God that helps us to surmount some of these challenges that we face. Okay, guys. So I hope that I've been able to help someone and break some of those strongholds in terms of thinking that, should I come to Canada? Should I not? Should I not? Should I not? Go and do your research. You already know the things that you expect. Are you ready to face those challenges? Are you ready to surmount them? Are you ready to take the time that you need to go through this things? If you are, then come on. Canada needs you. Canada is waiting for you guys. If you gain any value, don't forget to like the video and share it. If you have any comments, your experience, somebody's experience, I want us to talk about it, yeah, go to the comments and leave a chat. I will talk about, and we can talk about it. If you want to come on the channel to talk about your own experiences, oh my goodness, I would love to have you as a guest on the channel. If you're a content creator, go ahead and like and leave me a buzz. Maybe we can do a video together. Okay, so guys, Canada is great. It is not a scam. It's not a scam. Come on to Canada. Canada needs you. So guys, this is where I'm going to end it. I left some links above while I was talking. Those are links to videos that expatiate on some of the things I've talked about. I need to go now, so thank you so much for staying till now. I love you guys. Thank you for all the shares and loves. I'm going to talk to you in the next one. Bye for now. Bye.